Hey, CrossFit Altius. I'm here with Nathan Keil, co-owner and head coach of CrossFit Altius in Kernersville, North Carolina. Nathan currently sits in 12th place in the Mid-Atlantic region, heading into regionals this weekend. Nathan is a Proving Grounds DGA athlete coached by Aaron Evans, based out of Atlanta, Georgia. So Nathan, we got a couple questions for you that were submitted via Facebook and from the members in the box that they want to know. So you ready?
Yes, sir.
All right, so you've been pretty busy lately, not just getting ready for the games, but also starting a new business venture and CrossFit affiliate, CrossFit Altius. How have you handled starting a new affiliate in the Triad area while still getting ready for the games?
I think the biggest thing that's helped is kind of having a good support structure. As far as, obviously, my business partner with the Giddens family, Charles Giddens and Vanessa, has been a huge help. I think my wife has also helped a lot with balancing, being able to coach and yet at the same time train at the level I need to train at in order to get to the games, which has been a huge help as well. As far as the box itself, it has definitely been, it's been a good workload, but it's actually been a tremendous blessing to be in here and to coach all these athletes. We've had a phenomenal response coming out from the opening we had 2.5 months ago. I think other than that, it's just been staying steady and consistent with the training habits that I've already built over the past year and continuing to do that even on a little bit more strained schedule. So.
Okay. So, you bring up training. How do you think your training volume leading into the Open and now regionals has helped get you prepared for what you're going to have to do this weekend?
Great question. Aaron Evans and Proving Grounds, his methodology has been incredibly high volume, starting probably a month and a half to 2 months out. So that really prepared us well for, the 2 workouts a day going into the regional competition is not any more work than we've ever really seen, which is definitely good to be physically prepared for that. That volume pickup for me was a good thing. I really actually felt pretty comfortable going into that higher volume reps that we did. About 3 weeks out, I started to taper myself a little bit and focus a little more on skill work directly related to what the regionals workouts were going to be. That was a big thing. And then from there, just making sure that I felt healthy, well nourished. Obviously, nutrition is a big thing, and just feel well rested going into regionals. So
awesome. So, big question: what are you looking forward to most this weekend?
I just think the atmosphere and the environment of competing with the 48 best in the Mid-Atlantic is going to be huge. I've obviously never competed with anybody of that caliber and that setting. You can compete with local box owners, maybe even some guys that have been to regionals, but nothing like that environment with multiple thousands of people and previous games athletes. It's going to be a lot of fun. So.
Very cool. So here's a good one. You seem really calm. Are you nervous? Are you anxious? Are you excited?
I would definitely say excited. I don't typically really get nervous or anxious before competitions. I say that in the sense that a couple minutes beforehand, I'll get the butterflies. You go out, you hear the crowd, you're ready to go. You kind of, I think that little bit of nervousness, that butterfly feeling before the workout, I think is healthy. I think it kind of mentally prepares you for that environment and really being able to push yourself. But other than that, I just try to stay relaxed. Getting nervous doesn't help me at all. So I just try to stay relaxed as best I can, have a good time. It's going to be fun no matter the outcome. It's going to be a great environment, so I'm looking forward to it.
Yep. So what do you think some of your biggest challenges will be this weekend, and what's your strategy to manage them?
Oh, boy. Biggest challenges, there's a couple of workouts that the exercises, not that I can't do them, obviously, just don't necessarily play to my strengths. So things like, the overhead squat 3-rep max, it's not an incredibly strong lift for me. So for me, part of that's going to be managing what I know I can get, and then if I've got a little extra time, don't necessarily go to a failed rep, backing it off and making sure I'm ready for the next step. So kind of managing that rest time, not only within a workout, but also in between. And then when it comes to the higher volume workouts, just making sure if it's an exercise I don't excel at, break it up into manageable chunks, just like we coach here at CrossFit Altius. I have to do that just like any other athlete would. So.
Very cool. So last year you were sidelined with an injury and at 3 out of the Open. So what's been your training focus since then to get you to the point you're at now?
Definitely a strength factor. I know coming out of last year's Open, I knew even though I didn't really get to compete in it, there were some moves, there were some weights that really would have been a challenge for me had I even been able to complete the Open last year. We're focusing more on the Olympic lifts, working on cleans, snatch, squat snatch reps, things like that, and being able to complete those at a higher percentage. Getting to regionals is definitely a different ballgame. The weight goes up. And then number 2 is staying consistent with a little bit higher volume. A lot of the higher level CrossFitters, they hit those 2 and 3 workouts a day consistently because they have to be ready for something like regionals. Where when they go into 6 workouts in 3 days, it's not shock. It's just, this is my routine, I'm used to it, and here we go. So I would say building strength numbers and consistency, and then a lot of metcons. really trying to stay conditioned.
Awesome. So I know you've been diligently preparing your body for the grueling workouts you're going to face at regionals. But what has been your approach to preparing yourself both mentally and spiritually for the competition?
Mentally, I really believe in visualizing the workouts that you're going to do and trying to picture yourself in that situation. Even if it's just kind of running through the actual workout step by step in your head, what you want to do to prepare yourself to kind of get yourself to a place of focus. I really think that helps. I think that even helps in individual lifts in the weight room, and I'll tell people that a lot. If you're going to go hit that back squat max, picture yourself hitting it first, step up to the bar and then do it. So definitely mental visualization of what I'm trying to do. Spiritually, I think it's about maintaining an attitude of humility and just being thankful for the gifts that have gotten me this far, and realize that the most important thing about this is not whether or not I make it to the games. The most important thing really is that I show humility and really just go out and showcase the blessings that I've been given and glorify God with those talents. That's the bottom line. Win, lose, or draw. So
awesome. So finally, this has been a regionals of upsets so far. Any predictions on how you're going to do?
I don't know about predictions. I think one of the biggest things we've seen from CrossFit is any given workout, any given day, you never really know who's going to show. So, we've seen multiple very games-worthy competitors just not have it in them. Even if they've been to 2 and 3, Spiel's case, 6 games beforehand, you never know. So with me, I don't necessarily want to make any predictions. I would definitely like to stay in that top heat each week, each workout in those top 12. And I think if I stick to my game plan, I do have a shot at being top 3, but you never know. So
I think
goal is definitely top 3.
Absolutely. Everyone at Altius is pulling for you. Nathan, thanks for taking the time to let us interview you. CrossFit Altius, we've got more video blogs coming throughout the regionals weekend, so stay tuned to Facebook, and we'll hit you up there. Thanks, guys.